Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, April 22nd. We have all you need to know about a deadly Lamar Township fire, as well as more on the withdrawal of a proposed increase in utility rates from PECO.
We also have information on a mass shooting in Louisiana, along with sports, entertainment, weather, and an interview. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Bronwyn Liber.
And I'm Owen Cameros. Authorities are investigating a deadly fire that killed a mother and her 6 children in Lamar Township. Firefighters were called to the home at 8:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. By the time they arrived, the home was completely ablaze, and firefighters could not search for the trapped family. Sarah B. Stoltzfus and her 6 children, aged 3 to 11, all died in the fire. Authorities believe a propane leak may have caused the blaze.
A deadly tractor trailer that crashed into Pennsylvania's Laurel Creek has now been cleared of major water safety concerns. And the Mifflin County Do Not Drink Water notice issued on April 18th has been lifted. Officials confirmed the driver, 72-year-old Stephen Labrie of Lancaster County, died when his truck struck a barrier and fell into the creek. Fuel and oil were released into the water, but further monitoring shows no contamination took place.
Over 1 million Pennsylvanians can breathe a sigh of relief as PECO will not be raising rates. Governor Josh Shapiro announced Tuesday that the utility company withdrew a proposal that would have raised electric and gas bills for 1.7 million Americans. This would have been PECO's third increase since 2022 and would have raised bills by a combined average of over $35 a month. Shapiro said, quote, "This withdrawal is a right step for consumers, and we're going to keep fighting to make sure utility companies are focused on keeping costs down."
Hundreds gathered in downtown State College this weekend for the 4th annual APIDA Festival, celebrating Asian Pacific Islander and Desi American cultures. The free event, organized by Penn State APIDA Caucus, featured live performances, food vendors, and community activities. Local groups took the stage throughout the afternoon, while businesses offered resources and interactive events. The festival also marked the upcoming Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month in May. Penn State students held a Basic Needs Advocacy Summit last week. Reporter Colleen Crowdy is live in the studio now with more on the summit. Colleen?
Thanks, Bronwyn. Last week, I got the opportunity to attend the Basic Needs Summit presented by the Students United Against Poverty. Let's take a look. On Tuesday, April 14th, from 4 to 7 in the Hub Heritage Hall, students gathered to discuss solutions for basic needs and security. This event was hosted by the Students United Against Poverty at University Park. The purpose was to promote conversations around how basic needs can be supported across campus, including food access, housing, and essential resources. Members of the Students United Against Poverty are advocates for people who cannot speak for themselves by discussing issues surrounding poverty at Penn State and finding solutions for them through volunteer opportunities and research.
We actually have found that the highest population of people that we serve in our homeless shelter are between the ages of 18 and 34. Rent prices have continued to go up for students, for young people, for everybody in the community. So it's definitely a big challenge.
This event allowed students to get involved with providing support to their peers who might be struggling with accessing their basic needs.
So we have an emergency food pantry pop-up that we have periodically. So if students were to follow the Housing Transition social media, they would know when that happens. And it's just open to the public. Anyone can stop by and get whatever they want from our table. In terms of just finding housing that's not quite as expensive as some of the typical student housing downtown, especially, we have that resource on our website.
In all, the event was a huge success in promoting these important conversations and initiatives around basic need and security. For Penn State Network News, I'm Colleen Crowdy. After hearing from students and community leaders, it was clear that access to basic needs is essential for students. Back to you, Bronwyn.
Thanks, Colleen. What kind of weather can students expect for this next week? Student meteorologist Filippo Formica has the latest of this week's forecast. Filippo?
It was a much brighter and warmer day across Pennsylvania today. Looking at our forecam, Erie, as of 3:10, 64 degrees, 76 in Pittsburgh, 73 in State College, 65 in the capital, and plentiful sunshine throughout the day today. It was a beautiful day to get outside, and we can see that even clearer on our satellite and radar. Some rain showers this morning across areas of southern Pennsylvania, but throughout the day, especially in western, northwestern, and even central Pennsylvania, a beautiful, clear day. Temperatures in the 70s west of where that rain was earlier today, and a backdoor cold front in eastern Pennsylvania, keeping them in the 50s and 60s. And that is actually below average for this time of the year, slightly below average in eastern Pennsylvania, above average in western and central Pennsylvania as some warmth moves in. You may have noticed it's also a bit gusty today, especially west of the Central Mountains, gusts 15 to 20 miles an hour, and that will start to overspread the rest of the Commonwealth overnight tonight. But Thursday, another great day across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, still going to be maintaining that warmth. And as we go into the day on Friday, maybe a few sprinkles, but I do think it'll be a better day. Saturday is the day to watch. Blue and white weekend. Saturday looking like a soggy one, especially during the game. So if you are going to blue-white weekend and partaking in any of the festivities, be sure to bring a poncho, rain jacket, or umbrella. That starts to slide out for Sunday. Some clouds stick around across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, maybe a few showers off to our north, but then everything starts to clear out for the beginning of next work week. Let's take a look at our temperature trend. Warm today, tomorrow, and Friday, but then by the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, back below average, bringing in some more chances for precipitation, closer to average as we start off next work week. So let's take a look at our tonight forecast here in State College. 48 degrees, mostly clear skies. Northwesterly wind at 8 miles an hour, again going to be quite gusty overnight. But as we step into the day tomorrow, a beautiful day, plentiful sunshine, 79 degrees our high, with a northwesterly wind at 7 miles per hour. And as we take a look at our 7-day forecast, another spectacular day on Friday, a few showers in the afternoon possible, so be weather aware Friday. Saturday looking like the best chance of a rain out, and unfortunately that is for blue-white game. 54 degrees our high, 44 the low. And as we go into the beginning of next work week, temperatures on the rebound back into the 60s, closer to average for this time of the year. Next chance for some precipitation on Tuesday. Back to you.
Thanks, Filippo. Now over to Isabel Negrini with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Bronwyn. I'm Isabel Negrini with your sports update. Penn State women's tennis team is set to verse the Washington Huskies tomorrow in the opening round of the Big Ten tournament. It hasn't been an easy year for the 12-seeded Nittany Lions, who finished their regular season just 5-8 in their conference. But with strong doubles team Olivia Dorner and Maylee Monfils, the Nittany Lions enter the playoffs with both confidence and precision. Penn State previously fell to the Huskies in regular season play 4-2, giving them all the more momentum to defeat this major Big Ten rival. History was made at Buckeye Field this past Saturday, and this freshman is just getting started. First-year third baseman Allison Oneacre smashed the Penn State single-season RBI record in a massive 15-7 victory over the Ohio State Buckeyes. Oneacre just surpassed junior teammate Brooke Clausewitz's record set last year with 55 RBIs. The Georgia native has become a crucial part of the Penn State softball lineup, being named the highest-ranked individual prospect in last year's Penn State signing class. She currently stands with a batting average of nearly 400, a whopping 49 hits and 16 home runs. Oneacre could have the chance to continue her dominance on the softball field if Penn State qualifies for postseason play. Speaking of Penn State softball, reporter Erin Riley had the chance to attend a special matchup against Bucknell, and she's live in studio with more. Erin?
Thanks, Isabel. This past Tuesday, Penn State softball hosted their 42nd game of the season against Bucknell University. With the support of both Penn State and Bucknell fans, this wasn't just a regular matchup. Let's take a look at what made this game a special one. On April 14th, fan favorite Dollar Dog Night came to Beard Field as fans grabbed their boots and hats to celebrate Country Night.
It is Penn State softball's first dollar dog night of the season as they face Bucknell University, and the fans have rallied behind the softball team to come enjoy some dollar dogs. The concession stand consistently stayed packed throughout the game as they were able to keep their buyers full and fully ready for a ball game. Despite the worrisome weather, the fans persisted and kept the stands packed as they cheered the girls on to an 11-3 win, with both Brianna Hannick and Michaela Barbonente getting a home run each. Even the Penn State dugout made sure to celebrate this special night in style, dressing up in a hot dog costume, and the infamous bright blue wigs made their return to bring out some more energy. With help from this atmosphere, the team managed to match their second highest hit total of the season with 14 hits, securing their 10th run rule of the 2026 season. As the innings flew by, fans kept grabbing more hot dogs and using the condiments table to decorate their dinner. Following this win, Penn State travels to Columbus, Ohio to face the Buckeyes on a 3-game series starting on April 17th and ending on April 19th as they look to improve their 7-8 conference record and their 27-15 overall record. Looking to some more fun themes, Penn State hosts St. Francis for Faculty and Staff Appreciation Day on April 21st, and then Military Appreciation Day, Little League Day, and Senior Day for their 3-game series versus Nebraska to close out the regular season. Reporting for Penn State Network News, I'm Erin Riley.
Yesterday, Penn State softball faced St. Francis at home, taking a 12-0 win. This Friday, they will head to Champaign to kick off a 3-game series against Illinois. Back to you, Isabel.
Thanks, Aaron. In one of hockey's most heated rivalries, the Flyers have taken a 2-0 lead over the Penguins. In this best-of-7 first-round matchup, the Flyers defeated the scoreless Penguins Monday night 3-0, with Philadelphia goaltender Dan Vladur earning his first shutout as a Flyer. 19-year-old rookie Porter Martone continues to shine on the ice, securing his second playoff goal in just 2 postseason games. It hasn't always been smooth sailing for the Flyers, as the team has been described as being in a pit of mediocrity for the past decade. Yet after new leadership was formed during the 2023-24 season, the Flyers have since climbed to the road of success. Philly currently hosts the 3rd game of the series against Pittsburgh, with a chance to push the Penguins to the brink. It's gotten ugly in Queens as the New York Mets are now staring at a 12-game losing streak. Having lost to the Minnesota Twins in their series opener last night, the Mets are struggling to find solutions to this disappointing slump. Shortstop Francisco Lindor commented on the matter, stating that the team is all very aware of it, but nonetheless needs to come out and bring it. Analysts have determined that nearly every aspect of this team has essentially fallen apart, from their seemingly non-existent offense to their bullpen meltdowns. Due to this recent performance, New York currently sits as having the worst team record in the MLB. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Sophia Taberny has the latest in the world of entertainment. Stay tuned.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State. Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Sophia Tabernet with your entertainment update. The Pennsylvania Commonwealth Concert Series is officially kicking off on May 23rd at the Bryce Jordan Center. The 5-show tour will make stops across the state, including Hershey, Pittsburgh, State College, and Erie. It will celebrate Pennsylvania's historic role as the birthplace of the nation. Featured acts include Third Eye Blind, The Fray, and Lady A. Tickets are free for all attendees and will be available online. The Penn State School of Music and the College of Art and Architecture are hosting a rock fest on Tuesday, April 28th. The event will take place in the recital hall at 6:30 p.m. and is free to the public. Featuring 30 student musicians, the festival-style concert will feature different genres of music, such as metal, hard rock, country, and more. It serves as the shared final concert for Penn State's 2 rock ensemble groups.
Weekend 2 of the Coachella Music Festival brought plenty of surprises. Headliner Sabrina Carpenter invited Madonna as a special guest, and the two performed iconic hits like Vogue and Like a Prayer. Headliner Justin Bieber brought some star-studded guests of his own, such as Big Sean, SZA, and Billie Eilish. Adding to the excitement, Olivia Rodrigo joined Addison Rae on stage to perform her new single, Drop Dead. The highly anticipated Michael Jackson biopic hits theaters on Friday. Starring Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, the film follows the pop star's life from his early childhood through his rise to stardom. Development on the project began in 2019, but production was allegedly halted in early 2025. The delay was caused by controversy over portraying Jackson's legal troubles. Despite these challenges, the film is now set for release and is expected to be a major hit. That's all for your entertainment update. Coming up next, interview anchor Haley Miller will be speaking with Dominic DiFrancesco, the Director of Public Relations for Moving On.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
All of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Ready, mics? 3, 2, fade in on 2, mic and cue.
This is Nittany Talk.
I would say spring.
Slow down.
When he knew that, how do you say
I know.
She continues to hold her values and everything though, and I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart.
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts,
creators,
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before, so welcome to the family.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out.
Reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
If you don't include human beings, you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
A natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
I've been lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
With Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Haley Miller, and today I'm joined by Dominic DeFrancesco, the Director of Public Relations for Moving On. Thank you so much for coming to chat with us tonight, Dominic.
Thank you for having me.
So, can we start with what is Moving On's objective, and how does your role as Director of Public Relations play into that?
Yeah, so Moving On is Penn State's annual student-run music festival. And so our goal every year is to provide free music for Penn State students. You know, concerts and music festivals are incredible moments and you remember them for your whole life. But a lot of times, you know, they can be really expensive and sometimes restrictive. And so our goal is to lift that barrier and create a concert that celebrates both seniors and anyone moving on with their lives, which is where we get our name from. But of course, our audience is all Penn State students.
And so there's smaller events leading up to the big event in May all throughout the year. How do those events play into the big event?
Yeah, so we love to, use Moving On's platform and role on campus to uplift student musicians as well. So we do that through our acoustic road shows, which bring live music to the dining halls, as well as our Spotlight series, which is student musicians in the hub. And of course, that culminates to our battle event, which happens before the festival every year. And student musicians compete to ultimately one of them will open Moving On and will join our national act. So this year that's Amelia and Sequoia. We're so excited to have them.
Okay. So Zara Larson is the big headliner this year. And you just talked about the student performance. Who else will be performing?
Yeah, we have an amazing lineup. So opening the night will be Amelia and Sequoia, Penn State's own, and then on to Slater, who is the spot presented act, and then That Mexican OT, followed by The Dare, and then of course our headliner is Zara Larson this year.
And what does the timeline look like for anybody that maybe wants to come to the concerts?
Yeah, so our gates open at 3:30, music will start by 4, and we'll continue on throughout the night.
And you guys prepare so much throughout the year. What does the preparation for the exec board look like? Because I'm sure it's not easy.
Yeah, so our exec is chosen about this time every year before the festival, and the exec for the following year will start planning on May 2nd of this year for the next festival. So we've been thinking about this one for a year now, talking about the lineup, things we want to do to just make this one bigger and better than the last.
And anyone can go to this concert.
Yes.
What role do Penn State students play into the festival and who you're choosing and what basically the fans want to see?
Yeah. Penn State students are always at the heart of everything that we do. So we're very intentional during our exec board meetings when we're doing artist discussion to, put any personal biases or favoritism aside to really think about what do Penn State students want to see. And so this is a big end of year present. Congratulations. You made it to May. Enjoy a free music festival.
So for anyone that hasn't been to the event before, because I haven't been, what can you expect outside of maybe the music?
Yeah, so we have, it's a really exciting day. It's a long day, so I would say bring an empty water bottle. We have a water buggy so you can fill up, stay hydrated all day. There's food for sale. And we also have our incredible sponsors that do activations on the field. So we're presented by Pepsi, and we also have Celsius, Raising Cane's, Good Molecules, and they'll all be, having samples of different things, different field activities as well. I know there's some competitions with some exciting prizes this year as well, so you have to wait and find out more about that. We have an activities tent, free tote bags with collaboration with UPUA Sustainability. So there's tons to do. You can walk away with more than you came in with, which is always fun.
And this is such a big event. What's your favorite part about being part maybe of the exec board of the event as a whole?
Yeah, personally, I'm so passionate about music and the music industry and working with people that are equally as passionate about it. And, again, you see the IM field, it's an empty field when we start. And over the week of the festival, so next week starting on Wednesday, we will literally bring everything on, starting on the ground cover to the stage. So many hands go into this. We have our promo team, our core team, our executive board, and all of the volunteers. It's a massive production. So when students walk on the field at 3:30 next Friday, it'll be a culmination of so much work by so many people.
Right. And there's so much behind the scenes stuff, I'm sure, by like the entire exec board and everybody that's there.
Yeah.
Can you just dive into what that day is going to look like for you? Like maybe mentally, but literally physically too?
For me personally?
Yes, yeah.
So I'll get there bright and early at like 7, and I will, finish setting up everything that we need to do. Of course, the lovely members of the press and the media, I will be, in charge of coordinating with them and inviting them to, barricade with our artists and under me as well as our social media. So keeping everyone in the know and everybody up to date on if there's any changes or anything, or just showing them what's going on in the day. And then hopefully we have a seamless show with beautiful weather. And then following, as soon as Ms. Zara Larson exits the stage and the event is over, we will start doing everything in reverse and loading out. So that same group of students that helped put it all back up will take it all down. We'll likely be there till about 4 a.m. the following day. And I will probably not be able to go to sleep anyway, even though it'll be so late, because I'll just be buzzing still.
Like, I'm sure so much excitement even after the event.
Yeah.
So what do you want people to take away from this? Because it's bigger than just music. What's the bigger message behind all of this for either students or anyone and yourselves as exec board?
Oh, I love that. Well, I think Zara is a great headliner for any message that we want to send. I think she really sends out a culture of love and inclusivity and celebration. And it's a great way to kick off the summer. I hope that when students are there, they feel proud to be a Penn Stater and proud to, I know I'm so proud to be a part of this event, and it feels like just the biggest thing I've been a part of. So, I'm very grateful.
And is there anything else that you want to tell us about moving on that maybe we don't know yet?
Ooh, I don't know. The big secret was Zara Larson, and now that one's out. But I would just say, be prepared for a really fun day. I think it'll be awesome.
All right. Well, I can't wait to go for my first one.
I'm so excited to see you there.
Yes, I'll be there.
I'll be there. You doing the Lush Life dance.
I hope I get brought up on stage.
Hey, who knows?
I'm prepared. Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight, Dominic.
Thank you.
So stick around, because coming up next, Owen and Bronwyn will have the latest news from across the nation.
Ready, Mike? 3, 2, fade in on 2, Mike and Q.
This is Nittany Talk.
I would say spring.
Slow down.
When he knew that, how do you say
I know.
she continues to hold her values and everything though, and I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart.
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts,
creators,
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before. So welcome to the family.
If you don't include human beings, you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
That the natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
Been lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
With Asking Penn State, Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
Louisiana City is grieving after a gunman shot and killed 8 children, 7 of whom were his own, on Sunday morning. Police say 31-year-old Shamar Elkins carried out the attack across 2 homes in Shreveport before dying after a police pursuit. Elkins also shot 2 women, including his wife and another woman whom he had children with. Both are in critical condition.
5 people, including 3 students, were shot early Sunday during a fight in a nightlife district near the University of Iowa. The Iowa City Police Department says officers responded to reports of a large disturbance downtown when gunfire broke out. 1 victim is in critical condition, while 4 others are stable. No arrests have been made at this time.
Nearly 1,000 activists clashed with police at a beagle breeding and research facility in Wisconsin Saturday morning. Police turned the group away by firing tear gas and rubber bullets into the crowd. They also arrested the group's leader. This is the second time in 2 months protesters have tried to gain access to the Ridgeland Farms facility. Ridgeland has denied mistreating the animals, but did agree to give up its state breeding license at the end of June as part of a deal to avoid persecution on animal mistreatment charges.
The Justice Department has fired 4 prosecutors over cases involving anti-abortion activists, citing alleged bias under the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche says the move is meant to ensure fair prosecutions, while former officials, including Kristen Clark, argued the cases were handled appropriately. The firings are part of a larger overall shakeup within the Justice Department. Now over to Ryan Lowy with the latest in international news.
Well, thank you, Bronwyn. I'm Ryan Lowy with your international news update. Authorities are working to confirm the motive of the gunman who opened fire at a famous pyramid site in Mexico, about 30 miles outside Mexico City. 1 Canadian tourist was killed and 13 others were injured, including 6 Americans. The gunman later died by suicide. Mexico's government says there are no broader safety concerns as the country prepares to co-host the 2026 World Cup. And now over to Europe, which is preparing for a possible energy crisis due to shipping disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. Yesterday, Iran seized 2 cargo ships, escalating tensions despite a ceasefire with the United States. European Union officials say they are considering cutting electricity taxes and sharing natural gas reserves to protect consumers. Leaders say this is meant to prevent another major energy crisis, the second in 4 years. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ryan. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.